Jada is a fourth-year creative writing major. She recently had a short story published in Rice Paper magazine and is currently working on a guidebook on the North End trees for the Eco Incubator. Jada will be presenting an original piece of spoken word poetry on the topic of racism, addressing the history of the supposed biological quality of different ethnicities that has resulted in discrimination. Please welcome Jada.
It is not black and white, and yet our past rattles its chains lest we forget the people, entombed in boats, row by row, 6 feet below, row by row, male and female, row by row, because Noah, drunk on flooded grapevines, cursed dark is the mark of Cain. And yet our past shakes its chains, bit by bit, testing the links that enslave truth and lies, piece by piece, picketing visible, invisible shackles that clang, clang, clang. It is not black and white. We are now colorless, colorblind. But once we had imagined yellow skins disgracing Canadian spines, and we had taxed dreamers $300 a head, imprisoning children and wives to Pacific shorelines. World War II interned Canadian fishermen for their knowledge of lines, coastlines, fishing lines. A line was being drawn in the sand, lining up our brothers and sisters, stripping them of human dignity, line by line, because we had once imagined yellow skins disgracing Canadian spines and not seen that they were all but self-evident lies. I come from a mother and father who did not believe in those lies. I am self-evidence for the things we have done right. Sometimes the past finds a voice in the present, and they would rub my cheeks like they were rabbit's feet, pulling my hair from the roots like they were clover leaves. My body was an evidence locker of brown eyes and freckles for them to inspect and prove how I came to be. How could I look the way I do? It tortured me until I hallucinated yellow, saturating a white only others could see. I would stare at my arms with microscopic eyes and feel betrayed by my skin, as if the kindergarten lessons of mixing colors actually applied to me, as if my identity could only be one or the other, as if they could really see themselves in my face, as if I'd only mastered a secret code that I can't help let slip out, as if I had no tombs to sweep, no ancestors to worship, no red paper to guard my door. They tried to take me from me. They tried to take away all of our identities. Don't you know the loss of me is a loss in our mosaic piece? We are all a puzzle, and somehow along the way, through marches and hungry resistance, through protests and dream speeches, the scars on the backs of those who came before us, the sacrifices they have made, built the country we have today. Sometimes we can still see the oil from their handprints marking the differences. Oil has a hard way of coming off. It prefers to linger at the surface, separating itself from the important things. But we are more than this. The starting line is just a reminder that for some people, our skin color is all there is. That race is not a running sport, but a classification of human beings that we can all beat. Like Jesse Owens when he took victory 4 times by the Golden Wings. That race is an excuse to bully a little girl, raghead, terrorist, shaming her out of her beliefs until she's not a person with a breakable face, tears raining, raghead, terrorist, but a dark cloud that cannot see beyond the stormy rage. Race is why fistfights empty the movie theaters, because my mother had found love who did not see with its eyes, that there's nothing to betray, no such thing as treason-born, traitorous children running amok. Everywhere we turn, there'll be people who want us in some kind of race, to run for one side, as if making us choose will open our eyes to all those invisible lines. But we've moved beyond that, said no to that, refused to believe that, because we are a people that would not tolerate the abolishment of cultures and ceremonies that we didn't understand. We ask the hard questions, whose land is it? And thank those who are here first. We look back with eyes closed, and then to the present with our eyes open wide. We're sorry, and to the future. We had a dream where Okanagan or Muslim, Canadian or Sikh are guaranteed the rights and freedom as is set out in a free and democratic society. Thank you.
everyone for coming out today.